Gross margins are a great first step in analysing the various enterprises you may choose to run, but there are some limitations with how you use that information. The first of those I'd like you to consider is the variable costs. You might decide that one enterprise is more profitable than another, but if it also happens to have a much higher variable cost, you've got to fund that additional working capital prior to harvest and sale of that crop. You need to make sure your business can access adequate working capital to fund that enterprise. Another limitation with gross margins is relying on them solely to make enterprise decisions. Let's consider, for example, you might choose to stop running sheep as an enterprise and increase your cropping area. That might appear with gross margin analysis to be the most profitable thing you can do. But you may have missed sight of the fact that your machinery doesn't have the capacity to crop a greater area than it already is. Requires a more detailed approach than simple gross margin analysis. The final thing I want you to consider with gross margin analysis is risk. Gross margins help you identify the most profitable enterprise, but they don't take any account of the difficulty in growing a crop, for example, or in the amount of money you will have tied up in actually developing and growing that crop over a period of time. In the event that you've got a crop sown and fertilised and then the season turns against you, some enterprises may stand to lose you a lot more than other ones. You need to consider the risk of an enterprise as well as just its likely profitability if all things go to plan.